Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today, and I'm going to cover more updates for all European customers because it gets very exciting right now. We have ships that will be very soon on their way to Europe. That is what we have all been waiting for. So we will look into that. And if you're new or you didn't subscribe to my channel yet, do so please, so you don't miss any news from me from Germany, keeping you up to date from here. So first of all, we will look into the demand, and the demand is insane. If we are looking into the Model Y performance variant, in blue and white color, we are now at January 2023. What the heck is going on here? That is pretty crazy. So it indicates that Tesla has a lot of demand here to produce Model Y performance. When we look into the gray variant, the gray version is now for November 2022, which is also later than already expected before. So again, this is also increase of delivery time, which is not bad. It is a good sign that Tesla has a huge demand in Europe. And for August, you have the white and the black variant. So that also moved back towards August. So we have indications here that the delivery times might expand because at some point they will use the Model Y long range as well. And that is also having a certain amount of Model Y performance being produced. We have seen that in China before, but the demand hasn't been that crazy in China. And this is the difference towards China and Europe. The power of money, the amount of money people earn here in Europe is way different than to China. So for Chinese people, Model Y performance is a luxury car when it comes to the amount of money you need to spend. For Europeans, there are more of them that are able or capable of buying such a car like a Model Y performance. And to be honest with you, that is good for Tesla. It is a very profitable car. It is a good start to get good words out to other customers in Europe. When we're looking into Shanghai, we have talked about the nice amount of cars being produced over there. And we have also discussed that it is now the time to look into the ships. When are the first ships going to Europe? And this is what Adrian shared with me. I was in contact with him, just asked him to share that with you here in the United States and all over the place where you are watching from. And so we see here that he expects that by end of May, the first deliveries will come, but it might move into June, beginning of June. So the reason behind that is that right now, it is getting very, very difficult to hold the time frame for May. So it's more like expected by beginning of June. That is what he knows because he has contacts to Tesla and he also has a company working with leasing. So that is a very good and nice perspective to get a different opinion on the delivery time. So if you are in Europe and you're waiting for Model 3, expect something like beginning of June. And of course, it's not for everyone because, of course, not everyone can get it at the same time. But don't expect anything in the mid of May or end of May. That sounds a bit more unrealistic, especially mid of May, which some people indicated. It's more going to be like end of May last week, maybe if you're lucky, and then towards the month of June. So it's going to be pretty crazy. Lots of cars coming over here. It seems like the Model Y long range, a batch of Model Y long range is also going to be on its way to Europe from China right now. That is something I have mentioned differently before, so I'm sorry about that. But it seems like the change will happen afterwards. Then we are looking into this graph, which I find really interesting. We have the EVs as a space here, which is very small. And then FSD, Robotaxi, the energy business, and AI robots. So I'd like to have your opinion. What do you think is the business model, the size of the business? It's really going to be that way as it looks like here right now with AI robots being such a big volume. Or do you believe it's going to be different? I personally think the energy part will be even bigger than it is actually illustrated here because energy is a big, big market. It's the biggest market pretty much for us here on this planet because we all consume energy. And if you are controlling or if you are able to be a powerhouse in the energy business, I think that is going to be even bigger for a long, long time before robots will take over. I think will be the energy business, but please share your opinion. I really like to know that. Then we had an incident here in Germany, and a public figure like Janma Man, who is pretty well known in Germany as he has a TV show, like a late night show in the United States. You guys have that as well. He said, well, there's 150,000 liters of chemicals that were wasted and blah, 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 blah. And he pretty much said something that was wrong. So the local government had to correct him. They had to correct him that it was actually an incident of 2 to 3 liters, not 150,000 liters of chemicals. So you see again a lot of dramatic news, a lot of stuff going on, trying to find another reason why Tesla might do something wrong. And of course, there's so much other issues with other companies, which we don't even want to mention what they do. But nevertheless, it was at the end of the day something that we don't have to worry about, just 2 to 3 liters. They took care of it. It was all done. But you see that sometimes people say something and they have no freaking idea what's going on. And actually, he later on had to say sorry that he was wrong. And so I would say that worked or aged not well for him. So you see there's still all kinds of non-support for Tesla here in Germany. Yeah, then we are looking into Austin, and which I find interesting is we see more and more colors. We see the red color, the blue color, the white color, the black color, and that is something I find interesting compared to the German factory. We see a lot of cars here, if that is clear to be the Model Y standard range, and now we know it could also have the 2170 cells as a pack inside the car and not the 4680 cells. Then the question is, why do people still have to wait to buy that version? Because we still can't buy the version actually online. I don't see that for the United States. So they are producing standard range variants and they are transplanting them away. Please, if you're from Texas or if you have any idea, please let me know, because I find that very suspicious, kind of weird that you're producing cars that people cannot even buy online yet. Or do you think people will buy the car and they just produce them already right now before they will sell them immediately? That could be an option as well. Again, I believe it's kind of a bit weird strategy. In Germany and Giga Berlin, the cars are produced and immediately taken away. If you need any products, if you need any Tesla accessoires, do consider checking out Tessie Supply. That's the place I'm working for. And you can also find me on my podcast, Tessie Supply. So I really appreciate your time. Take care. Thank you very much and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.